Hello, my name is Chris Hammer. I work for a local IT consulting company called ANM. Over at ANM, I'm in the position of cybersecurity architect, and my primary goal and initiative is to help our clients secure their environments, identify where they have risks and threats, and ultimately build solutions, again, to secure their environment. The purpose of my role is to help our clients identify risks and threats in their business ahead of time and then ultimately build solutions to hopefully keep the attackers and the bad guys out. I work in a variety of verticals, healthcare, finance, and a lot with state and local education and government. And again, what we're trying to do is identify where there might be risks in the client environment and build security solutions to help protect their businesses, their data, and their people. I initially got involved in IT back when I was 16 years old. Actually started earlier than that. Always fascinated with how things worked growing up. So around the age of 7 or 8, started to have an interest in computers. Ultimately, that led to my career in IT. Again, I started when I was about the age of 16. Been in the industry for about 24 years now, and ultimately just driven by wanting to know how things work, wanting to improve them, and ultimately build engineering solutions that help our clients. Some of the important skills to have, and a lot of times they're overlooked, are communication skills and the ability to work with people. In general, being able to work with non-technical people. That way, as you're explaining solutions and as you're explaining new technologies and you're trying to explain why the business should invest in those technologies, the ability to accurately communicate the needs, the why, and then ultimately justify that investment has helped immensely in my career. Secondarily is broadly as you can branch out. So, me in particular, I focus in security, but I also have a background in networks, operating systems, and data center. So that's helped me as I'm building security solutions to have a more rounded, well-adjusted perspective in building whatever the engineering solutions we're trying to implement and design are. For example, communication is important in multiple different facets, not only vocal communication, but written communication. So the ability to convey your ideas and your thoughts, maybe in an email, comes across as critically important, not only because ultimately communication drives the outcomes, but secondarily from a professionalism perspective, it can have a big impact on how people view you and work with you. What really excites me about my job is that it's always changing. Going back to, again, I like to know how things work. I like to design and build solutions. A field in IT or a career in IT ensures that you're always challenged, you're always learning, and you're always growing because technology is always changing. In particular, security is moving extremely fast, so I like the fast-paced environment that has, as well as being able to build solutions for clients. Something you may not know about the information security field is there's over 200 different roles that you could potentially fill. One of the more exciting roles that I did for about 6 years of my career was actually active risk assessments and engagements against our client network. So essentially I was emulating what an attacker would do to try and get into our client environments, identify issues beforehand, and then ultimately build solutions so that the attackers couldn't get in using the same methodologies. One of the key drivers that's actually having a big impact on the change in information security was the pandemic. That forced a lot of corporations to change how they were supporting their workforce, and a lot of workforces started working remotely. Traditionally, a lot of IT security systems are housed at the corporate data center. So with everyone shifting to a remote workforce, that forced us to have to come up with new solutions to not only secure our employees and our users while they're on campus, but also particularly when they're at home. Those home changes led to a lot of different changes as far as the security paradigm, as well as the controls that we use to continue to protect end users. The advice I'd give someone that's pursuing, in particular, a career in information security, again, is to be well-rounded in your background. Start by learning network communications, data center protocols, and focus broadly, not just in security, but in other technologies you may be interacting with. And then ultimately, as you embark in your IT security career, try and hone in on the areas that interest you. I mentioned earlier, there's over 200 available roles in an information security career. Reality is, no one can do all of them, so try and figure out what interests you and focus there.